Joining me now is Minority Whip Steve Scalise. All right, Congressman, your thoughts on today's action?
Hey, Jesse, good to be with you. And yeah, clearly they don't understand the math of it because as they've been promising 0, 0, 0, the numbers that came in last night and the ink wasn't even dry when they rolled the bill out. $800 billion added to the deficit in just the first 5 years. And by the way, that's with a bunch of budget gimmicks that if you look at the University of Pennsylvania's Wharton School study shows you, it's probably closer to $4 trillion in deficits plus inflation, plus a natural gas tax that hits lower income people the hardest. And ironically, as even Bernie Sanders pointed out, the biggest giveaway in this bill goes to millionaires in just 5 states. So that SALT deduction for 5 states, millionaires get the biggest benefit. The smallest benefit goes to those making less than $75,000. Bernie Sanders called that hypocritical, and they wouldn't take it out of the bill. 87,000 more IRS agents to go after the bank accounts of hardworking families. Good luck trying to sell that back home when people figure it out.
Yeah, people are going to hate this. They don't even really know what it is, but they know it's going to cause massive inflation. The Democrats now, Congressman, will literally own inflation. Every time you fill up your gas tank, every time the grocery bill comes in, the Democrats wrote that. Everything now that's going to cost more, the Republicans are going to just say, look, you guys made this already, and now you made it a lot worse.
That's right. And it's the biggest complaint you've already been hearing for months now. Inflation is the driving thing that was leading the charge, along with parents revolting against these big government socialists in Virginia when you saw a blue state like Virginia turn red. And you would think when their message was stop the madness, stop all the spending in Washington, you'd think they would reverse and work with us on trying to get it under control. Instead, they went the opposite direction, 180 degrees, full speed ahead off a cliff, and inflation is going to get worse.
You don't have just the inflation and CRT. You got the border, you got the crime, you got the supply chain, you got Americans still stranded in Afghanistan. You're going to have a whole host of issues to run on. But when this thing goes to the Senate, as it just did, Manchin's basically going to hold the line. Is that your understanding? West Virginia's not going to go for this thing, are they?
Well, in the end, if you listen to what he's really been saying, I think he's opening the door to voting for parts of it. And look, even $1.5 trillion in new taxes, Jesse, would be devastating to millions of jobs in America. Even parts of the Green New Deal, which are in there, that would destroy American energy. And as you've seen, Joe Biden, he doesn't have a problem destroying American energy jobs, but he gives gifts to OPEC. He begs OPEC to drill more. He gives Putin a pipeline in Russia while he shuts down our pipeline. So he's against American energy jobs. He's for jobs in Middle Eastern countries, Russia. He's shipping jobs to China. That's where inflation really becomes a problem at $1.5 trillion. So even if the Senate does a scaled down version, only in D.C. would they call $1.5 trillion in new taxes and spending a moderate bill. That's not moderate. That's far left liberal. And ultimately, all of this big government socialism is costing those that really can't afford it, the middle and lower income families, the hardest.
All right. Have a great weekend, Congressman Steve Scalise. Thank you.
Same to you. Happy Thanksgiving, Jesse.
You as well.